In 1996, Procter & Gamble launched a product they thought would revolutionize cleaning. Within months, it was headed for the trash heap, a complete market failure despite millions in research and development. The mood at P&G was grim as their innovation stumbled. Until P&G researchers made a critical discovery while watching people clean their homes. Nobody thought their house smelled bad, even when it did. Instead of selling the product as a solution to a problem, they had to transform it into a reward, the finishing touch to cleaning. This insight took monthly sales from under $400,000 to over $2.4 million in just 8 weeks. Today, the product brings in over $500 million annually and sits in 75% of American homes. So how did a revolutionary idea go so wrong initially? P&G had invested years and millions of dollars developing a special odor-eliminating compound. The discovery happened almost by accident when a P&G chemist noticed his clothes didn't smell like cigarettes after spending time at a smoky bar. This chance observation sparked intense interest within the company. After extensive testing, P&G confirmed they had something remarkable, a colorless, odorless liquid that actually removed bad smells from fabrics. The molecule worked like a tiny cage, capturing odor particles and locking them away. When the solution dried, the smell was gone, eliminating odors at a molecular level rather than just masking them. Excited about their breakthrough, P&G launched Febreze in test markets with significant fanfare. They created TV commercials showing people spraying smoky clothes, smelly couches, and musty carpets. Their core message was straightforward: getting bad smells out of fabrics. But something strange happened. Sales started low and, even more concerning, kept declining week after week despite the revolutionary technology. The marketing team was completely baffled. They had a genuinely innovative product that solved a real problem. The technology worked exactly as promised. Yet nobody was buying it. The product they'd spent years developing was rapidly becoming one of P&G's most expensive failures. As weeks turned into months, the pressure mounted on the Febreze team. P&G executives began questioning whether they should cut their losses and discontinue the product altogether. Desperate to understand what was happening, the marketing team, led by brand manager Stimson, began visiting homes to watch how people actually dealt with odors in their daily lives. During one home visit, researchers met a woman with 9 cats. The smell was so overpowering that team members could barely breathe. Yet when asked about odors in her home, she insisted there wasn't a problem. She couldn't smell anything unusual at all. This was the breakthrough insight. The marketing team had misunderstood a basic aspect of human psychology. People become nose blind to familiar smells in their own homes. Our brains filter out constant stimuli, so even though visitors could detect pet odors or cigarette smoke, the people living with these odors couldn't perceive them anymore. This created an impossible challenge. How do you sell a product that solves a problem people don't believe they have? Nobody would buy a product that essentially told them, your house stinks and here's the solution. With their jobs hanging by a thread, the Febreze team had to solve an impossible riddle. How do you sell an odor eliminator to people who can't smell the odors in their own homes? The answer was hiding in plain sight, not in what consumers said they wanted, but in the small moment of satisfaction they experienced after cleaning. Stimson wasn't your typical P&G executive. At just 30 years old, with a background in math and psychology, he brought a fresh perspective to the marketing crisis. Remember that woman with 9 cats? That visit was one of hundreds. The team looked for patterns, clues that might save their product from being permanently shelved. They observed behaviors, studied routines, and recorded everything on video. After visiting over 200 households, one observation reshaped everything. They met a woman who used Febreze regularly, but not for eliminating bad odors. Instead, she sprayed it as a finishing touch after completing a room cleaning. This single observation planted a seed in the team's mind. This was the light bulb moment that transformed the strategy. One researcher suggested, what if we make Febreze a product giving finishing touch after cleaning? This meant completely reframing what Febreze was for. Instead of positioning Febreze as a solution to a problem, bad smells, they could position it as a reward, that satisfying final step that signals my work here is done. People weren't interested in being told their homes smelled bad, but they would love a product that celebrated the cleaning they had already done. This insight required a massive shift in strategy. Instead, they needed to integrate Febreze into the existing cleaning ritual, not as a problem solver, but as something that enhanced the experience. The key was adding pleasant scents to the product. The pleasant smell would serve as positive reinforcement after completing a task. So the entire approach shifted. No more telling customers their homes stunk. No more commercials about eliminating bad odors from fabrics. Instead, they would show people spraying Febreze as the ceremonial final touch that completes the cleaning process, the cherry on top of a job well done. From the brink of discontinuation to skyrocketing success, that radical shift in strategy was the turning point that saved an entire product line from certain death. In 1998, P&G completely relaunched Febreze with a fundamentally different positioning. This psychological reframing changed everything. The team updated the tagline from the problem-focused getting bad smells out of fabrics to the more positive cleans life smells. This language shift transformed how consumers perceived the product. Instead of being reminded of an embarrassing problem they didn't think they had, they were offered a reward for good behavior they already performed. P&G made the experience more rewarding by adding pleasant scents to the formula. The commercials changed dramatically too. Gone were the ads about eliminating bad odors. The market response was immediate and astonishing. Within just 2 months of the relaunch, sales doubled. Monthly revenue skyrocketed from less than $400,000 to more than $2.4 million. A six-fold increase in less than 2 months that most brands can only dream about. This complete reversal of fortune transformed a product on the verge of being discontinued into one of P&G's rising stars. Recognizing they had tapped into something powerful, the company expanded the Febreze line into plug-ins for continuous scent, car fresheners for on-the-go use, specialized candles, different formulations for various surfaces and needs. Each new product reinforced the same psychological pattern. Febreze wasn't about fixing problems, it was about celebrating achievements. The psychology became even more refined over time. As Charles Duhigg explains in his analysis, P&G created what he calls a habit loop around Febreze. Like a three-part dance, cleaning acts as the trigger, spraying Febreze becomes the routine step, and enjoying that fresh scent serves as the rewarding finale. This cycle, trigger, routine, reward, is how habits become deeply ingrained in our behavior. The Breathe Happy campaign took this psychology further, dramatically showcasing the product's benefits and driving an 18.2% increase in sales in just 10 weeks. By continually reinforcing this positive association, P&G transformed a failing product into one consumers actively wanted in their homes. The long-term results speak for themselves. By 2011, Febreze had achieved billion-dollar brand status, generating over $1 billion in annual sales. Even more impressively, the product had penetrated 75% of American households. 3 out of every 4 homes in the country contained a Febreze product. And all this was accomplished without fundamentally changing the core product formula. So what can we really learn from the Febreze story? Well, this isn't just about air fresheners. Proper market research can dramatically boost your chances of success. We're talking about potential sales increases of 2 times, 5 times, or even 10 times. The Febreze case teaches us something fundamental about marketing psychology. It wasn't about changing what was in the bottle. It was about changing how people perceived it. When a product isn't connecting with customers, don't rush to scrap everything. Maybe you're just telling the wrong story. Products don't just solve problems, they make us feel a certain way. Next time your product struggles, ask yourself, is it the performance or the perception? As Febreze showed, understanding this psychology can transform a failing product into a market winner. How might shifting your product's narrative change your results? If you enjoyed diving into these hidden business stories, you know what to do. Subscribe to Invisible Ledger, hit that notification bell, and drop a comment with what invisible system or business story you want us to investigate next.